What's up, Trump? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 4, Episode 9. Baby. Anyway, this episode picks up where the last one left off. The girls are still arguing. I said Michael, Lord. Kristen had to pull Candace, all the way away. And he's telling her to calm down. And what I like is that Karen went over there to talk to Candace because Karen and Candace have sort of forged this mother-daughter type relationship. And she went to go talk to her. And she said, "Look, you are in your home. Don't let nobody else take you out of your character in your house." She said, "I see Chris is talking to you, so I'm gonna step away." So I was like, "Okay." Karen said her piece and walked off. And Chris is telling her, "Look, you need to calm down. You need to calm down." And Candace is just giving him this look of death, like, "How dare you speak to me this way?" And back at the table, Giselle decides that this is the time to bring up the penis comment. Now, mind you, Giselle, you weren't there. You didn't hear it. Everything that you're talking about is all second, third hand information, even if it was co-signed. And she gonna say, "Well, I think we understand now why Candace was so upset because uh oh my goodness, sorry y'all, because of this comment that was made that Michael supposedly said at the party." And of course, then she gonna say, "Well, I can't really speak to it. I think Robin should." And Robin is looking at her like, "What? Like how you gonna throw me in this?" And I was like, "All right, Giselle, not only are you being messy and bringing up something you weren't privy to, now you're gonna throw Robin into it." If Robin wanted to say something to Ashley, Robin would have said something to Ashley. And like Robin, up until that point, Robin was gonna act like shit never even happened, which I can understand her doing that. I can understand her saying, "I'm not trying to get in the middle of this." So, wow, I keep yawning. I'm sorry, y'all. So Robin goes on and tells Candace what was said, and she said, "I honestly didn't bring it up because I really thought I was dreaming. I thought I was hearing things. But then when I got here today, Candace said she heard it too." And so, of course, Ashley, what else is Ashley supposed to do other than say it didn't happen? So of course, what is Ashley supposed to say other than he didn't say it, that's not true? And Robin was like, "Well, look, that's what I heard." Candace said that's what she heard. And of course, Ashley is saying it's not true. And Chris was like, "Look, I normally try to stay the hell out y'all business. However, I heard it too." So now you got three people saying that Michael said it. And of course, Ashley, what more is Ashley supposed to do? So of course, they get to arguing again. Ashley wants to start talking about her mama again. And then Candace gets upset again and gets out the seat. And Michael tries to pull her over. But um, but Michael can't get her pulled over. And I mean, not Michael. I keep saying Michael, Chris. And she's telling Chris, leave her alone, that she don't need them help. And I mean, it's just a mess. It's just a whole lot of back and forth. So then Candace tells Ashley to get the hell out of her house. Um, Ashley eventually leaves, but then Giselle gonna go out and tell her to come back. "I think y'all need to talk this out. I think y'all need to resolve it." And Ashley was like, "But why would they say something like this? That's not true. Why would they say something that's not true?" And Giselle was like, "But Robin said it. Robin is your girl. You know Robin wouldn't lie." Which, valid point, but at the same time, Ashley ain't trying to hear it. Ashley feels like that Robin is co-signing a lie, basically. So when Ashley comes back in the house after she was put out, Karen is like, "What you doing here? You were asked to leave." Now Karen has a valid point. You were asked to leave. Once you've been asked to leave, you are now trespassing. And if Candace wanted to call the police on Ashley, she very well could at that point because she was asked to leave. She physically left the house, then she brought her ass back in. Ashley. So then Ashley gonna tell Karen to mind her business and say, "I'm trying to talk to Robin right now because I'm trying to get this straight with Robin. Why would Robin say that? Why would Robin lie on my husband like that?" And of course, Karen was like, "All right, then, go on talk to Robin then." And Robin was trying to explain to Ashley, "Look, it was never my intention to bring this up, but since it is being brought up, don't tell me what I didn't hear. I know what I heard." Now, at the end of the day, so then Monique was like, "Well, I want to know And they're gonna try to tell Monique to mind her business. Monique said, "Wait a minute, hold on. Y'all said that he said he wanted to suck one of my man. One of I just need to know if it's my man. That's all I want to know. I just want to know if it belonged to me. That's it." Monique was just trying to get her food. Monique and Karen was just trying to get their food. And that damn Giselle done stirred up the whole pot, and they're gonna be eating her salad, looking back and forth like, So then Ashley got to arguing again. Candace told Ashley to get out her house again. Ashley coming back at Candace about it not being her house, talking about some what house? This not your house. What table? That's not your table. Candace gonna say, look, if I want to climb on top of this table, I'll climb on top of this table. And proceeded to try to climb on top of the table. I keep saying Michael. Chris had to pull her ass down. And so finally, so then then they started talking about, well, if he gay, it's cool. We don't have no problem with him being gay. It's about him disrespecting Ashley. If the man is gay, he could be gay. But which, of course, so not the point in this whole scenario. It's so not the point. So then Candace puts Ashley out again. Ashley proceeds to leave. So as Ashley is proceeding to leave, um, shoot. As Ashley is proceeding, as Ashley is leaving, Monique wants to talk to Katie because Ashley and Katie roll together. Monique was like, well, let me talk to you, Katie, because I really want to explain this whole situation. So Katie starts talking about the reason why she wears scarves on her head is because she doesn't have air conditioning in her home and she does her own hair. And I'm wondering, Katie, what's really good with you, boo? What's really going on with you? Because first of all, aside from the fact that Monique's comments didn't have nothing to do with you wearing a scarf on your head. You don't have no air conditioning and you do your own hair. Did you get this on? Because that ain't the Katie we knew. Did you get this on? What's going on? Anyway, so Monique was trying to explain that that is not what she said, that is not how that came, that is not what she meant, that what was said to her was misconstrued. And she couldn't even finish explaining because here come Ashley walking back in the damn door. Ashley, you got put out twice. Why are you back in this woman's house? God darn. So Monique couldn't even finish explaining to Katie what the problem was or what was misunderstood or misconstrued because now Ashley sees this as an opportunity to throw Candace because she's like, well, Candace is the one spreading the rumor. Candace is the one saying it. Candace is the one saying it. Candace. And Monique was just like, look, I just wanted to make sure that you understood that that is not what I said. That's not how I meant it. And this whole situation has been twisted and turned around. And Monique said that she did address Candace, that she did meet with Candace, and that Candace was saying that that's not what she said or that's not what she doesn't remember what she said or how it was being said. And so, and then, and why Giselle done told Ashley that Candace's mama didn't hit her in the face with the purse, because of course, Ashley threw that at Candace the first opportunity she got. That damn Giselle done brought it up. And Monique was like, look, all I was trying to do was get that girl to understand that I ain't say nothing about her being no slave. I didn't call the woman no slave. Chris is pissed off because he said the risotto is overcooked now. He mad because his food and got cut up, got messed up. Katie and Ashley finally freaking leave. I mean, they finally pull off. And now Candace getting all upset talking about how Ashley disrespected her in her home. She disrespected her. She was like, and once again, Monique tried to explain to Candace how much her mother is a trigger. Like the minute somebody say her mama name, it's like a trigger for her. And Candace did bring up a good point and say, well, all of us will be sensitive about our mothers. Like nobody's gonna sit here and let somebody talk about their mom, which is true and that is valid. But for Candace, it's an extra little something something with Candace. It's an extra little something something with Candace. That I think everybody was trying to get Candace to see or to understand from that point of view. So they in the car. That damn Katie is a mess. They in the car, and Ashley and Katie in the car talking about it. And Katie gonna say, well, I mean, is he gay? Ashley was like, no. She was like, well, I mean, what's the big deal if he said it? But he didn't say it. She said, well, you think he said it? I mean, and here go Ashley. I mean, I don't think he did. See that right there? The fact that you hesitating means that in your mind you feel like there's a possibility that he could have said it. The fact that you are hesitating tells me that you feel like he could have said it. That's just that's my 2 cents on it. But everybody seemed to like Michael. I keep wanting to call that man Michael. Everybody seemed to like Chris's food. They thought it was good. Um, Anyway, they thought the food was good, honey. That was the worst damn dinner party I done ever been to. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. They'd had to put the woman. I mean, Ashley had to get put out, well, not once, not twice, but damn near 3 times out the woman's house. Um, and Giselle gonna say, "Don't worry, we will never be back. This is the worst dinner party ever." And I agree, that was some bullshit right there. That was crazy. That whole situation was crazy. But that daggone Katie in that car was funny. She was like, "Well, I mean, what's the big deal? I mean, so what if he is gay?" I mean, she was just so matter of fact. It was hilarious. So Candace invites her mama for therapy, which her mother agrees to go, surprisingly. Um, Ashley had told Michael about what was said, and of course, Michael's pissed off. He don't want her playing with the girls no more. We see Monique and Chris go work out, and basically, this was just an opportunity for Monique to tell Chris what was said. Chris was like, I mean, like really, like she throwing knives and what and who and what, and basically that's pretty much what they just talked about. But it was a cute little scene with them working out or whatever. Now Ashley, remember, got invited to perform at Virginia Gay Pride, and I remember seeing this on her Instagram because I remember thinking, who the hell invited her to perform this damn song? I remember seeing this on her Instagram. But we see Giselle meet up with Ashley. She's rehearsing for her performance. And Giselle goes to meet up with her to talk to her. Because, of course, Giselle asks, instigating once again. She's talking about something. I got to go pull up and check on my girl. I got to go check on my friend. On some shit you started. You started that whole, well, you ain't started the whole thing. But the whole penis gate you started. Um, But they get to talking and come to find out, Ashley mad at Robin. Because she said that she feel like Robin is co-signing a lie. That's basically how she feels. Because she says that that Michael didn't say it, and for Robin to be co-signing it, meaning that it's a lie. And what I'm saying is, she said, and why would my friend do that? And Giselle even brought that up. Giselle was like, Robin is your girl. Why would she lie? Well, I don't know, but she's basically she siding with my enemy, and when she chose to bring it up and how she chose to bring it up. And again, I'm like, did you miss the part where Giselle brought the whole thing up? Robin was sitting there minding her damn business. Robin wasn't even thinking about it. Giselle brought it up. Giselle made Robin. And I mean, mind you, Robin could have said, "No, I don't want to talk about it right now." She absolutely could have. But stop acting like Giselle wasn't the one that instigated that whole damn situation. Giselle instigated that shit. So Ashley is pissed off at Robin, and Ashley is telling Giselle about it. And basically, Michael don't want to associate with them no more. Michael don't want her to come out and play with the girls no more. So I'm wondering if Ashley's going to even come back next season with all of this going on. And then she's mad at Karen because once again, here go Ashley stirring the pot. She's gonna tell Ashley that after she left, Karen was making all sorts of comments about Michael being gay, and I told y'all all along, and we know about the headlines and all this. Giselle, there was no reason for you to say any of that. Once again, stirring the pot, carrying the bone. See, that's what happened when you don't have a storyline. You ever notice on these reality shows the bone carrier is the person without a damn storyline? Because actually, I mean, Giselle ain't got no damn storyline. So all she can do is stir up the pot and start shit. And so of course Ashley is like, well, I thought me and Karen were cool. I thought we were in a better place because, but now I see that she was just talking shit about me after I left, and she was just talking shit. So Giselle went on to try to explain to Ashley how the whole thing came down, and how it, how it came out, and that it wasn't just viciously done. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, you can't nicely tell somebody that their husband made a comment about giving another man fellatio. It's no nice way for that to come out. It's not a nice way for that to happen. Oh Lord, then these two wear me out. We got Candace and her mama. They wear me out. Okay, these two wear me out. They on their way to um counseling. They get to arguing in the car before they even get to the counseling session. Okay, and her mama is so. They in the car, and like I said, they get to arguing before they even get there. And the one thing her mother said was, her mother was like, well, now that you're married, maybe it's time for me to pull back and sort of you know, cut away. And Candace was like, I feel like that's your veiled threat to me. about what you do for me. And I was like, I don't think it was veiled at all. I think her mother was very clear that that's what she said and that's what she meant. And I ain't necessarily mad at her mother about it. I'm mad at how her mother presents it. But I ain't necessarily mad at her mother for saying, look, you're married now, so maybe I don't need to do these things for you that I once did for you. They get to the counseling session and the counselor says, look, I only have two rules because, of course, her mother had to let him know that she was a therapist as well. So he said, well, I only have two rules. He was like, rule number one, we're not going to talk over each other. Rule number two, you're not a therapist today. I am. And she was like, oh, well, I'll try to remember. He said, oh, well, I'll get you in check if you get out of line. So he proceeds to let Candace talk. And at the end of the day, they talking about the same stuff we've already heard them talk about. The big problem is that Candace's mother doesn't hear what Candace is saying. She dismisses what Candace is saying. She writes it off as if it's not important or it's not, valid. And that's what the therapist told her. He said, you're doing a really bad job of listening to your daughter. Candace says that she feels a certain way. And her mother tells her, well, that's not right. Well, and the therapist said, if that's how she feels, then it's right because that's how she feels. Those are her feelings. You can't tell somebody their feelings are wrong. So then she kept trying to talk over Candace, and he had to keep telling her, look, one person at a time, one person at a time. He finally said, if this is how, and they go, of course they get to talking over each other and everything. And he finally says, if this is how y'all communicate, no wonder y'all can't get along. Like if this is how, and Candace was like, yeah, it is. Now a couple of things came up. Now her mama said that she made it seem like she pays a lot of Candace's bills. And Candace was like, look, all you pay is half of the mortgage. So I'm not going to sit here and let you make it seem like you take care of me or you pay all my bills. That's not genuine and that's not fair. Because the therapist kind of looked at, he was like, so wait a minute. So you pay her bills? And that's when Candace kind of had to fix it because she was like, no, that's not it. No, she doesn't pay my bills. She pays her half of the mortgage. Now on the flip side, her mother said that she pays $4,000 a month of Candace's bills. If all that is half the mortgage, you mean to tell me that mortgage is $8,000 a month? God damn. And I know that, I get it. I don't know how much that house costs, but damn. Because I know the area where that house is. I know the area where they live. Damn. $8,000 a month? Damn. That's all I got to say about that. And Candace was like, and you don't have to worry about that much longer. See, again, you should have been out of there before. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You should have been out of there before. That's my 2 cents. That's crazy. So then she tried to bring up the whole situation with the purse. And her mother was like, I'm not discussing that. We're not talking about that. And so of course, her mother really didn't want to discuss it. And so first her mother tried to say that it didn't get physical. And Candace was like, you hit me in my face with a purse. And the therapist was like, what? So she went from trying to say it didn't get physical to, well, I'm not going to talk about it. Then she was like, well, did you hear what she said to me? You didn't hear what she said to me. So it was always a bunch of different excuses and I don't give a damn what Candace said to you. You slapped your grown ass daughter in the face with a purse in public. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I keep yawning, y'all. Damn. But anyway, and so basically, the final, pretty much the final statement was Candace saying that she no longer was interested. If her mother could not learn to respect her, and her mother could not um, talk to her any better, then she could no longer. This is not something she was anywhere any longer interested in doing. And so, that's what the therapist said to her mom. Like, are you listening to your daughter now? Are you hearing what your daughter is saying now? And her mama sat there with that damn steak face, that stank look on her face, like whatever. Because see, she don't believe it. And I'm gonna say this: as long as Candace is in that house, it might not happen. But the minute Candace moves out that house, if truly the only bill her mother is paying is that mortgage, and Candace moves out, I don't know, Mama, you might be stuck. So, all right. Last but not least, Giselle and Robin and Kyle, Giselle's hairstylist, are on their way to Virginia Pride to see Ashley perform. And Ashley's still mad at Robin. And so when she finds out Robin's on the way, of course, she's like, oh. And I was like, well, damn. Robin was like, well, damn, I didn't realize she was still mad at me like that. Okay. So they get there and Ashley performs. I'm not going to even talk about, I'm just not going to, I'm not. Y'all seen it. Y'all saw her performing last year. She even made a video for that song. Did y'all see that she made a video for that song and dropped it, y'all? I dropped it on YouTube. Anyway, so I'm not even going to discuss. She didn't even clean it up and with auto tunes and stuff. I mean, the video, the song sounds just as bad as when she sings it live. But okay. Afterwards, Robin and Ashley try to have a conversation. And in Ashley's mind, basically, she feels like Robin was co-signing a lie and that Robin was not being truthful in saying that she heard Michael say it. She was like, everybody was drunk. How you sure you really heard what you said you heard? Because I mean, we was all drunk. So she feels like Robin is not being a friend to her because Robin co-signed and took up with, she said, you know that Candace doesn't like me and you know that she was starting, drama with me. So you're going to defend her and you're going to take up for her instead of having my back, which is what you should have done. And Robin was like, I'm not going to lie. Like, what you want me to do is lie. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. And then she said, well, for you to bring it up when you brought it up, Robin was like, did you not? Because Giselle was sitting next to them. She was like, did you not hear Giselle said it? I didn't bring nothing up. Giselle brought it up. And like I said, maybe Robin could have just pretended like, Robin could have just said, well, no, we'll talk about it later. But at the end of the day, Robin didn't bring it up. Giselle brought it up. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all, that's where it ended with Ashley basically saying, forget it and walking off. And Robin was like, well, what is it that you want from me? Like, what do you want me to say? Giselle was like, I mean, damn it, Giselle. Ashley was like, forget it. And that's pretty much where it ended, y'all. So I don't know what resolution we're gonna have because in her mind, Robin sold her out. Robin didn't have her back. Robin wasn't there for her. But I don't see what Robin did nothing wrong. Giselle the one that stirred this damn pot, damn it. Cooked it up good. I think Robin was doing you a favor by not bringing it up, especially if she wasn't sure it was said. She wasn't sure it was said until Candace said it, and she was like, "Okay, then I heard what I heard." She probably knew it was really said, but didn't want to acknowledge that it was said. But I could see her not wanting to open up that can of worms. And as your friend asked, Ashley's like, "Well, you should have come to me before you said it in public." She didn't say it in public. Let's remember, she didn't say it in public. Giselle said it in public. Anyway, moving on. That's where we ended. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments, please.